This year's LGBT Heritage Month is celebrating the past and shaping the future. Now, according to most history books, the modern gay rights movement began with the Stonewall riots in New York in 1969. We think it's time to revise the history books just a bit. It's time to claim LA's rightful place as a pioneer in the struggle for equality and rights for the LGBT community, not just in California, but across America. 2 years before Stonewall, there was a similar event here in Los Angeles. On New Year's Eve in 1967, Silver Lake's Black Cat Tavern was raided. 16 people were arrested. 2 were beaten unconscious. Los Angeles' gay community would never be the same. They had had enough harassment, enough disrespect, enough inequality. The raid sparked a series of protests and gave birth to LA's gay pride movement. In the aftermath of the raid and protest, The Advocate, the oldest continuing LGBT publication in the United States, was born. Participants in those early protests came together to form the nation's first gay church, the Metropolitan Community Church. Today, the church has 275 congregations in 46 states and 23 countries. LGBT history in LA is woven out of many such milestones. In 1947, the first lesbian magazine in the country, Vice Versa, was published here. In 1970, LA hosted the first LGBT Pride Parade. LA is home to the country's oldest and largest LGBT archive. And our LGBT leaders and activists have played key roles in the ongoing campaign for marriage equality and full civil rights for the LGBT community. I am honored to stand with you today. Now, we all know that silence is the enemy of justice. Silence lets indifference flourish, and where there is silence, the seeds of prejudice sprout. The people and organizations here today in this chamber have never been silent. You've been loud, and you've been proud. Thank you for your dedication, for your advocacy. Our city, our world is a better place because of your passionate commitment to equal rights. Now, this is a pivotal year. I don't think any one of us would deny that tremendous progress has been made in the area of LGBT civil rights. In 6 states plus the District of Columbia, gay couples can now walk down the aisle like everyone else. In February, I stood in the rotunda of City Hall and celebrated the Ninth Circuit's declaration that Proposition 8 is unconstitutional. There are even signs all across the country that public opinion is starting to shift. 6 national polls from last year show majority support for gay marriage. And just last month, the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama, declared his support for marriage equality. But for all of these legal and political victories, we still live in a world where gay teens are bullied for the simple fact of being who they are. We still live in a world where millions of people cannot fulfill one of the most basic of human desires. They cannot legally marry the person they love. This is what we fight for. We fight for rights. We fight for just laws. We fight for justice. We fight for something else. Something closer to the heart than legal codes and licenses. We fight for the simple freedom to be who we are. We fight for a world where every young person can grow up and discover themselves without violence, without prejudice, with pride. We fight for something very simple but very profound. We fight for love. We fight for humanity.
Beautiful.
It is indeed a privilege to stand here and celebrate the opening of the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Heritage Month with you. And I'm here to say that I'm proud to lead a city where the diversity of the LGBT community is celebrated with such spirit and such style.